would want to eat.
Hey, everybody. Time for another episode of The Hands of Death with CheersSteph, Wendy Venture, and Tony. Welcome, everybody. Thanks for being here with me today.
Hi. We're here.
Wah!
Just go ahead and transition
that-
us. There we go.
That was
Yeah.
that was me who went blah. I think that was the who was Stevie, and then shoot, Wendy, what did you do? Like, wait, how do you describe that?
Did I woohoo?
I
Wait.
feel like it could have been a woohoo.
Not the Sims woohoo, of course.
I'm pretty sure it was a woohoo.
The Sims? Wait,
Sims?
what?
The Sims.
Oh, the
Not
Sims.
that kind of woohoo. I regretted it as soon as it came out. I think Steph was on to me.
I picked up what you were trying not to put down.
Yeah, well,
Wait.
it's down. And then I drew more attention to it. So
What's a Sims woohoo?
Oh, you should just look that up by yourself some other time.
No, I don't know if I want to look it up.
look it up when you're
It's-
on a business public computer and there's a lot of people looking at your screen.
It's so good.
Okay, that sounds ominous, but I do trust you 100%, Wendy, so I will do it.
Okay.
Oh no. Gimli. No, it's not.
Emily, even I heard that
You
crash.
hear her?
What?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
She's
what was
begging,
that?
but I can't say for what. My pickles?
Yeah, feed her a pickle.
All right.
Can cats eat pickles?
Hmm.
Oh, wait.
Oh, I guess I should pull up my sheet of things that happened. Let's see. I think I had notes somewhere.
I forgot I muted to eat.
Proud of these.
Can cats eat pickles?
Well, as far as Gimli's concerned, no.
Wait, you have headphones on, right? Like Gimli isn't listening?
They no, she's listening.
The no, cats can't eat pickles.
That's for sure.
She can sniff pickles.
I love your cat emotes that you have, Wendy. These are just so fun.
Aren't they?
Like this one in particular is very good.
That's not a cat emote. That's a bat emote.
Oh, the bat. Oh, I just saw the ears and I was like, cat ears, clearly.
I mean, maybe that's why I like bats, is that bats and cats, there's a lot of overlap.
There is.
It's the at.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and they're both mammals.
Yes. And they can both wear hats.
Wow. I've been thinking about mammals a lot lately.
Ever since you told me that I may have fractured my foot unknowingly, you just made it hurt so much worse.
Oh, no. Okay, I'm just
Fracture your
saying.
foot?
My hypochondria cannot handle this.
I'm just saying that instead
I-
of going case closed.
It happened yesterday.
Mm,
Why is it just hurting now? Is it getting bigger? I'm okay.
Yeah. What'd you do to it?
I dropped a hammer on my foot.
What the heck? Ow.
I know.
That's
All
skills.
because of the Halloween tree.
Forgot about the Halloween tree.
Well, so
It's
much
the
has happened
season.
since we last met.
Do you have a summer tree? Like, do you have a Christmas in July tree? I guess that would be kind of against the theme.
I have a fake bird of paradise. I think that's as summer tree as it gets,
All right, fair enough.
Pretty cute.
other than it's fake. But
Okay. Welcome everybody. Thanks for joining me. Who wants to give a recap of what happened last time?
Previously on Hands of Death. Lilith is hold on. I have so many notes, but none of them made sense. You ever take notes and you're just like, why did I write all of these numbers? I don't think I need any of this. Let's see.
constantly.
We were like with Lewin. Is that him? Is that his name? We were with Lewin at
You mean
the
Lynn?
market. Not
Lynn?
Lewin. Who am I thinking of? Lynn, yes. And
Lewin.
we
Oh my
we,
god, you're thinking of my character from my
I am.
RPG.
Heck. Anyways, I'm crossing RPGs here. We were at a market and then we watched Lilith kill someone for funsies. And run away from a ghost. And we were like, maybe Lilith needs some more parental supervision than we've been providing. And then we went to a library, and that's fun. And Lily is now also Gwen, my TA, which is very fun. I like that. And then we ended up at a bookstore that's definitely run down and closed and abandoned. And we all had different moments of observation towards the end. And we found some slime going up a bookshelf, and I found a portfolio of bugs. And we're solving mysteries here, gang. We are doing well.
And I'm sorry, remind me, is that normal slime that has no bad implications? Or
Well, no, it's not. This is not normal.
In fact, the unnaturalness of the slime is what makes it disconcerting.
Yeah.
as opposed to a natural slime.
Right. If the slime was natural, you'd be totally fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you recall what you discovered researching in the library, Florence?
I found. What did I find? I found. Oh yes, a name, and the name was of the bookstore, which was Para. Let's see. Let's see. Perekinassa.
You got
Something
it.
like that.
Perekinassa.
Nice. Which is like the last grasp, or the final grasp, or the death grip, or something like that.
That's exactly right.
And wow, snailed
You
it.
have good memory.
Oh, and also you found out that the gap between life and death, as thought by some people,
Mm-hmm.
is what the dyscrasia is, the struggle, and that perhaps suffering, which is life, well, the gap at least, sustains dyscrasia.
Yeah.
Perhaps.
I'm crying right now.
Do I get a fate point for this?
I'm crying. No, I can't give you a fate point for that, but I'm so happy that people actually remember stuff. It's so rare.
I came up with a lot of nouns, and they were all capitalized and stuff, and they listened.
It's asking a lot for players to remember capital letter now. It's a lot. All right.
It's true.
I'm gonna play my virgin card on this one and
Oh.
just give you guys a round of applause.
Thanks.
Wait.
Like an RPG virgin.
Yeah.
Oh!
Sorry.
Woohoo.
I do like the idea, though, of in various like gaming situations being like, everyone, listen, I know I don't understand
the
how like
virgin
this plumbing
card.
system works, and like I don't know how to install a toilet, but it's because I've never had sex.
If only I'd had sex, then I would know how to file my taxes.
Oh my god, my cat. No, hey, stop.
This is why sex ed is so important in the youth.
Uh-huh.
Baby, go.
What else did I learn? That's basically it. Do I need to refresh things? Let's see. Okay.
Okay. Wow. Yeah, I was gonna say I think I might need to check my fate.
Yeah, so reset your fate points to your refresh, which I think is 3 for all of you.
Yep.
Where
Amazing.
am I?
Hey viewers, I invite you to play the game. How many of the four of us are eating at this very moment? Go ahead and place your bets in the chat.
Sorry, can you
Should I
guys hear me?
chew loud?
I'm trying to.
No,
do it
no,
quietly.
Here.
no. I can totally hear you because none of us are eating.
No, wait, I'm eating.
I'm also eating.
Uh-oh.
I've eaten
not
so many
eating.
pickles in such a short period of time. It's actually really weird.
I'm doing. I know it's a terrible thing to do. Like this is like chewing gum on stage, but I just this meatball sub is too good to pass up, and I'm really hungry. So
Crush it.
Straight up a meatball sub.
Yeah, that is an aggressive on-stream meal, I have to say. Like that was not what I was expecting.
do you think I fuck around? Like who do you think I am?
Yeah, sorry, we're not trying to sub shame.
I would hope.
Oh my god.
Uh,
All right. Okay. My screen is ready. I think I'm ready.
Cool. Can you guys actually hear me chewing? I didn't see my character lighting up.
No,
so I
No,
thought it
not
was
at all.
clear. Okay,
Keep
good.
going.
Okay.
You're good.
No, see when you say it like that, Tony, I think you can, and you're just messing. with
No,
me.
I can't. I
Okay.
swear. Okay, let's
Alright.
just go. I wanna go into this deep,
Sarcasm
like,
is too
fantasy
powerful.
RPG.
All right.
I don't think he's available yet.
We're not ready yet.
Alright,
We're gonna take our
everyone.
time. Yeah, wait.
Let's go.
Give me an update on how your days have been so far, excluding James.
Good.
Good.
I went to work.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Did you
that's
Did you
fine.
bring in the big bucks?
Okay, well actually, yeah, kinda. Yeah, I think I
Nice.
did.
Nice.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Good job.
I don't
It's,
want a job. I want zero job.
What would be your like ideal life if you had no jobs and didn't need money?
I'd just go on vacation and eat food and go to lots of spas.
Ooh, I kind of like that. You sound like a 18th century nobleman, just
Yeah,
having a good time.
spas, restaurants,
Find you on a
cats.
lake somewhere.
Yeah, I'd probably be better at watercolor painting.
Probably. Do you think you'd have more cats or less cats?
I mean,
Be
the
honest.
only reason I have cats is because I have a job.
Mm.
Oh, because like you need the stress relief.
Yeah, and I'm stuck at home all the time, so I might as well have my home be a happy place full of cats.
Gotcha.
Nice.
That makes sense.
Mhm, mhm.
I would train bearded lizards to do little tricks on fun little obstacle courses I build.
You like lizards?
Who doesn't love lizards? They're so cute. Show me a snake. That's right. Cute.
That's a choice. I like this little dancing dinosaur that's in the global.
I know it's so
Emotes
cute.
now.
What is that?
I want you to know I'm trying to be very good and only put 3 emotes at a time, even though I hate Nightbot.
Yeah, I hate Nightbot too.
If only there's something we could do about it, but it's all right.
I can't do anything about it. The
Clippy Discord will be up and running soon.
Oh. Is it not up and running? Did something happen to it?
I'm just like making it epic. You're still in there, so I mean you can go look at it in its disheveled state. I don't recommend doing that.
Oh, wow. It's different.
Hey, get out of there!
Okay.
And you, Stevie,
Maybe.
what would you
like-
do when you were
Give
no
myself
object?
A very quiet role. Look at me. If I had look at all these things. If I causing trouble, I would probably live somewhere different every single month for the rest of my life. I think that would be pretty fun.
Oh man, that would get exhausting for me.
Mm-hmm.
Like just the logistics of like moving every time.
No, see, like when money's no object and you don't have to worry about logistics, it's fun.
Yeah, it's called furniture rental.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was gonna say, I guess you could just have like each separate house prepped, if you
Like
would.
I could just hire someone to do that for me if money was no object.
Yeah, totally.
Oh, sorry. I know we're right about to start, and like it's gonna be a deep fantasy RPG, and we're gonna have a lot of fun. And like all the people viewing right now, the hundreds
What do
viewing,
you-
are going to be like, whoa.
Hang
But
on. Focus.
okay, sorry, right. But I did discover yesterday, that's not true, 3 days ago, that the White House employs 4 calligraphers at any given time.
Whoa.
Wow.
Wow.
What did they do?
I don't know, but I was told this by the ex-personal assistant of the chief calligrapher.
What? Can they help me with my handwriting?
Their biggest job is to go in there and help Uncle Biden like get through those messy letters that he makes on Sundays when
Wow.
he's made to do his spelling practice.
I bet.
That's probably a really fun job. It's not too stressful. You got to correct the president's letters, which, how many of those can he really send? Like,
Wow.
that sounds like a good
Oh,
job.
do I need to clear my mental stress box? I have one
No,
in there for next time.
Keep that because you got it last time as a consequence of a failed notice roll. So hang on to that until the end of the scene.
Okay.
All right. Sorry. Thanks for letting me.
Oh,
Let's get started.
I love your dino made you made like dino backs on dino. I'm sorry. Let's go.
I'll disable Nightbot. I promise. September is going to be my big
The
month.
fantasy! Give us the fantasy!
So you all stand in the lower floor of Perekinassis Books. Rows upon rows of books are strewn about you in various piles. They've been moved and shuffled around as if somebody was planning to leave in a hurry. There are also a ton of scrolls, books, and other folios of papers crammed into the bookshelves that surround this room. That's barely lit by the faint afternoon light coming in from the wide windows at the front of the store. Florence, you are back behind the counter, having opened a secret hatch where you found a folio of papers that seem to describe certain mathematical formula and practices for the invocation of something insect-based, and the actual scientific creation of a large glass tube big enough to hold a large volume of liquid and one human-sized person. Esther and Lily, when we left off last time, had also noticed their senses have been drawn towards the upper floor of the bookstore. Esther was drawn by the presence of a powerful relic that seemed dangerous but was also reaching out and calling to them. And Lily was drawn by the presence of a ghost psychically screaming through the ether in immense frustration and anger. The reason for its distress isn't clear, but it definitely is there. Florence, you have been granted, well, everybody can take advantage of this, but you've been granted a boost for your Succeed with Style on that lore roll last session, an Inquisitive Air, which will give you 1 free invoke whenever you can bring that into things. It's basically the nature of your group now is to be extra careful looking over things.
Awesome.
All right. How would you like to proceed? Oh,
I feel like we should start with our compelled people.
the slime trails,
Yeah.
by the way. There was a puddle of slime at the front door to the bookshop, and then you could see several traces of similar slime puddles moving about the books on the lower floor. Okay, sorry.
Esther, not saying anything, just begins to move towards the stairs and go upstairs.
Okay.
Me as well. Yes, absolutely. No hesitation.
Sounds good. Florence, you watch as your 2 companions begin ascending the stairs, and not in a trance, but almost too directly for it to be completely natural.
Where are you going? And I'm like, actually, I should be like, where are you going? I'm whispering because I feel like we're not alone here.
I put my hand up, kind of in a motion of like, leave me alone. I'm busy.
And I don't respond. All right, keep going.
As you both ascend to the top of the stairs, you see that it climbs up to an upper hallway, which extends along the back part of the bookshop itself. There is a single wooden door here, which has some peculiarities, which I'll get to in a moment. And then at the far back of this hallway, there's a closet. The slime trail I mentioned before is suspiciously absent from the steps and the second floor. The door I mentioned earlier, as you ascend the stairs, you can see it's made out of wood. It has an iron latch with a keyhole, and if you look closely, you think you can see the faint hints of tree branches, like just the smallest amount of twigs curling out around the seams, around the perimeter of the door.
I go to the door.
Where am I being drawn to?
Whatever you're being drawn to is definitely on the other side of the wall of the hallway. Passing through the door would get you closer, you think.
Yeah, I go and try the door.
Okay. The door's unlocked, but there's something preventing it from being moved. As you push against it, you feel like a resistance, as if there's like something heavy pushed up against the other side, or something similar to that effect.
Okay.
Am I able to hear? Because I think you described it as. I can't hear the ghost, can I?
You can normally hear ghosts, yes. What you experienced before wasn't so much a ghost talking, but rather a pure manifestation of their rage and anguish just lancing out at you like a knife through the ether. When ghosts... Go ahead, Ken. Go ahead.
Am I able to roll for empathy that I can figure out how to get through the door? Would that be appropriate?
Empathy wouldn't get you through the door per se, but you could roll for empathy to try to pinpoint the location more if you wanted to.
I'm okay. Let's
Child, check that closet. Child.
I rattle the door.
No, there's
has-
something behind it.
It has some resistance against it. Something's keeping it closed. You think you can hear the shuffle of tree branches as you do so.
Is there a keyhole that I can peer through?
There is.
Okay, I'm gonna have a squint.
As you lean down and peer through the keyhole, you can see that on the other end of the door there seems to be a variety of thick brambles, tree branches, the creation of some sort of like mass amount of dry twigs, holding the door shut, or at least for now. As you peer through the keyhole, you think you can see what looks to be a small apartment beyond. There's a kitchen with a small table, and what you think is a back hall of a bedroom beyond that. You also think you can see a skeleton seated at a chair.
Okay, there's definitely some sort of spell or something that's holding this shut.
That it's possibly overgrowth from something. Anyways, what'd you see in there?
Should we burn it down? I think I know who. I think there's someone that's been dead inside there for quite a while, and I think that ghost is upset about something. I can't be certain.
Fine. Work on the door. I'm gonna go check the closet. And I go check the closet.
Okay. You pop the closet open to find a broom, what looks to be a mop, and a variety of various sealed pots. You think they're cleaning fluids. There's 3 of them. All made out of glass, but dusty and dirty on the inside, so it's difficult to tell exactly what they contain.
Child, what are these?
How am I supposed to know?
Florence, you've
I don't
ascended
know.
the stairs by this point if you want to.
I don't know. Sniff them or whatever it is. Whatever that horrible woman taught you. Do that.
Well, if you don't have to sniff anything. I think we should get out of here.
Why? But there's a ghost. I want to talk to him.
And there's something I want beyond this door.
Is there a relic?
Ugh.
When it's something they want, it's always a relic. Yeah.
I have many desires, I'll have you know.
I would be happy to, I guess, use my stunt for herbs. No, that wouldn't work. Yeah, can I notice if I know what the liquids are?
You can pop the lids off the jars and give them a smell, sure.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna do that.
The first jar contains what you know to be some sort of cleaning fluid, either strong alcohol or some mixture of a variety of chemicals to clean up dirty, dusty windows and other glass fixtures. It's a common chemical that exists around the entirety of Chandla. The second jar, however, contains a substance that's a bit odder. Excuse me. As you pop it open, this pungent, earthy, and almost sickening smell hits your nostrils. You're not quite sure what it is at first, and then it hits you. This is a form of... It's a mixture of sugar and a few other types of chemicals that would be meant to attract creatures that would be associated with those things. So your best guess, like, this is the kind of stuff where, like, if you put it out, it would attract a large amount of ants, that sort of thing, or some other type of insect or bug.
Ew.
The last one, you sniff it. It's like the last one, you pop the jar open, you sniff it, and you don't know what this one is. It's like a black gel-like substance. It has a very strong chemical smell to it that kind of burns your nostrils when you inhale it. Your immediate assumption is poison when you view it.
I grab my satchel and a few empty vials, and I take samples of each.
Okay, you have some.
I guess we can, I don't know, test this later. Florence, do you have anything that we could test this with?
No. I feel like
It's no good. Whatever
This
it
might-
is.
I feel like this could be some good bait for whatever oh no, what's the word? Not Verdanthe. Whatever struggle creature might be lurking here.
Not everything is full of struggle and disgratia and death in life. Lilith, break the door down or something.
I put my ear up against the door to see if I can hear anything.
No, break it down, not take a
Let her
gander.
work.
You can give me a notice check if you'd like. It'll be difficulty 4.
Okay. Oof.
Cool.
You good with sitting at that?
No. Can I
I am gonna help you out using Lilith as my ward by making sure that that Esther is quiet. So you
Yes.
can hear better.
All right.
In fact, I'm saying, like, yeah, why is nobody listening to me? I just...
So you can spend one of your own fate points, Florence, to kick Lily's roll up to a 1, because she'd get +2. So I'd take it from -1 to 1. But you'd still need to spend at least 2 more fate points invoking different aspects to get them up to the 4 difficulty.
Don't do
Or a reroll.
So when you help somebody with a fate point of your own, you can't give them a reroll.
Oh.
But if Lily invokes one of her own aspects, she can get a reroll.
that.
And you could then help with the reroll as well if needed.
Yeah, I'll do that. I'm down. Let's try this again.
Tell me how one would invoke such an aspect.
Oh, okay. Okay. I am psychic, and I just know that I'll be able to hear something. I can feel it in my bones.
Which of the aspects on your character sheet?
Oh, that was your stunt.
That's a stunt.
Yeah. You need to invoke an aspect to use
Aspect.
a fate point.
Got it. Okay.
But I do like the idea of an aspect that's just, I am psychic.
I mean, it kind of is my aspect. Okay.
You could also use the free invoke on an Inquisitive Air that you got from Florence's boost. That's free, doesn't cost a fate point, and would give you 1 reroll.
Maybe do that.
I'm so sorry. I was reading and not listening.
So
say that
when
one more
Florence succeeded with style at her lore roll last session, They got a free boost with this aspect and inquisitive air, which has 1 free invoke. So you could use that and get a reroll if you wanted.
Florence, you okay with that?
Go for it.
Yes, please.
Okay, go ahead and reroll.
Ugh, it better be worth it.
Ooh,
Oh.
so close.
Okay.
So close.
Florence, you could help now, and that would kick her over the edge.
I'm gonna help you, and I'm gonna shut up Ester.
Yeah, perfect. Okay, spin that fate point. That kicks it up to 5. Enough to succeed, not with style. Lily, you press your ear up against the door, and what you hear is... Well, what you really hear is silence. Complete and total abject silence. Nobody's been in this room for a very long time. It's been empty for years. Which doesn't make sense with the condemnation notes on the outside of the bookstore. If those hold true, then this thing should have been knocked down weeks ago. But this room's definitely been empty for some time. As you listen further, though, you think what you can hear is a faint hum, and then there's every now and then this odd burbling noise. It's very faint, but if you listen close, and you can tell it comes more from the adjoining wall than the door itself, you can hear this.
Oh my god. Okay.
That's such a great noise.
Yeah.
I've already made it my ringtone.
No.
Okay. It sounds like, I don't know, some sort of liquid.
Get off me, Alagard. It sounds like Prophet, and I'm gonna go try to get the door off of its hinges using,
Whoa.
I don't know, some sort of burgling-based technique.
Oh, so like instead of going for the keyhole, you're trying to unscrew the actual door hinges?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe I have like a little thing in my sleeve that will help me jam on in there. So I'm gonna roll.
Okay. Okay. Yep. Yeah. All right. Yeah, that's great. Good work. You guys just don't wait. All right.
Sorry.
No, you're good. Yeah, you pull out a couple of tools from your thieves kit. It's an ingenious idea. You hit the door with this screwdriver tool you have, unscrew the hinges from the door, and in a few minutes, you can pull the door back, and you hear like the cracking noise as it's pulled away and separated from the tree branches on the other side. And you notice a couple of them break and snap off and fall to the floor as you pull the door back and lean it against the wall. The room is open beyond you, and now that it's open, a wave of thick air wafts out and hits all of you. Far different from the dusty smell of the rest of the bookshop, this room has a peculiar sweet scent. It's faint, and it's faded over a long amount of time, but things died in this room. Beyond, you can see, the first thing you notice is a kitchen table with a skeleton slumped in the chair, and the chair itself has the stains, has several like yellowish and reddish stains. You're not quite sure what those are, but you'd imagine whatever created them was not an entirely pleasant experience. On the table itself, you see 2 coasters with 2 mugs set on the table, as well as the tail ends of tea bags hanging out of the both of them. There is also a black folio, much like the ones that Florence found downstairs, sitting on the table itself. If you peek your head into the doorway without stepping into the room completely, you notice that along the wall directly to the left of the door, the tree branches came from 2, and this is definitely abnormal, 2 large tangles of vines and branches that suddenly grew out of the floorboards and walls of the apartment. Entangled in these 2 separate large clumps of branches are 2 other skeletons. And then as you look to your right from the doorway, past the table that the skeleton's sitting on, and further on into what you'd assume to be the bedroom, you see the discarded forms of 2 more skeletons laying on the floor. All told, that's 5 skeletons in this apartment.
Wow.
Where's the ghost?
The ghost is not in this room, but
Okay.
if you reach out a bit, you think you can sense it nearby.
Yeah, it's like on the other side of the wall, correct? So if I go down the hall,
Well,
will
this is
that
the only
join me?
door. So it must be deeper into this room that you've just opened up, maybe.
All right. Well, I'm going right over. I'm gonna step over the branches
Okay.
and walk past the skeletons.
Okay.
Professor, this is the Verdanthe, yes?
Definitely. Can I like inspect some of these branches if they like have any, I don't know, non-normal tree, I guess, aspects to them?
Yeah. You totally can. Yeah. Go ahead and give me a notice roll of difficulty 2.
Okay. Can I use my bookworm stunt for this?
Are you reading the written word?
I'm not reading written word, no, but I feel like since I'm a professor of verdantology, this is something I have read in the past.
Okay. Sure. Fair enough.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I'm the herbologist. I can help if you
I
want to
don't need
call me
help.
back.
I think we got it.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow. Oh my God, you did. JK.
But you totally can help if you wish. So, Florence, you take a closer look at these trees that the skeletons are wrapped up, and you notice that the trees have thorns growing out of the branches. In particular, you notice that the thorns extend far enough so they're almost touching the bones of the skeletons. You'd imagine while these people were alive and still had flesh on them, these thorns had pierced their skin. The
Oof.
tree itself and the variety of plants they are is a peculiar type of bush that grows in the countrysides surrounding Chandla. And when it grows, it's usually hacked away and managed pretty severely because the thorns of this tree, when it grows up, are coated in a very, not deadly poison, but a very aggravating poison. Kind of like poison oak, but to a more extreme degree.
Okay. Excellent. And are these trees like currently alive, or are they just
No, they've been dead
they're
for a
dead?
long time.
Okay. Great. If you don't want to be itchy, I would advise not touching the branches.
Oh, the poison would have long since dried off. These branches have been far too dead. Have been
Okay.
dead for far too long to continue producing the poison.
Excellent.
So the apartment in whole is divided into 3 quadrants in an L shape. So this first quadrant you're in now represents like this sort of living room area with a table and the skeletons strewn about it. The next quadrant, if you walk to the right for a bit, leads to a kitchen, which has a glass-tiled floor, a rarity in the city of Chandla, and kind of a luxury. Whoever lived here must have had a large amount of cash, or at least had enough to have this installed. As well as what looks to be a large teapot that is covered in a lot of dust and cobwebs. And the third quadrant, the back part of the L, if you continue turning right from the kitchen, is what appears to be a bedroom. Just a single bed, nothing too complex. A double queen-size bed with pillows and a red quilt laid on top of it for a covering. But everything in here is covered in dust, very old, and you think you can even see the barest hints of mold beginning to grow on the sheets and pillows. There's also a bookcase here as well. A large bookcase just to the left of the bed. Okay, sorry.
Oh,
Check
look,
that out.
Professor, it's nerd shit. You like that stuff, right?
I know you read as well. You don't have to point to every book and call me a nerd. What even is a
Oh,
nerd?
but I will.
I've very focused. I want to find the source of the gurgling sound, and I want to find that ghost. So I'm assuming I've made it all the way into the bedroom.
Yeah, everybody. Yeah, you can be wherever you want.
Okay.
Are you like reaching out with your senses to try to pinpoint the ghost's location?
Yes.
Okay. Go ahead and make me an empathy roll. Difficulty of 3.
My cat is being so bad. Okay. Oh.
Oh, okay, so in that case, it's going to be a high empathy roll.
Yeah, this is going to take a lot more since the cat's...
Okay. I'm. Well, no. Okay. Okay. Wow. Wait. I'm gonna roll for empathy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Correct? Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, he is being a little turd bucket right now.
Oh,
Like in a cute way. Oh,
Bam. Got it. Succeeded with style, too.
Woohoo!
Good job.
Let's go.
Lily, you reach your psychic senses out and feel where this ghost is. There must be another room hidden beyond the wall that connects to the kitchen and the bedroom on the same side that the bookshelf is on. Because you can feel a ghostly presence from within, screaming out continuously and then stopping every now and then. But it's muffled, as if the ghost was wrapped in like a thick veil of cotton. It's odd. You've never heard that before. Something's very peculiar about whatever this spirit is trapped in. You also sense a brief oddity. There's another creature nearby where the ghost is, and you can sense it because normally when you sense ghosts, you can sense it just because it's like a spirit floating about in the ether, regardless of a body. So like the body normally like hides the ghost from you, right? It acts like a cover. This spirit, it's like it's got a partial cover on. So parts of the ghost are sticking out. The rest of it's covered up by a body.
Florence, come here. Help me move this bookcase.
Okay.
We, are we able to move the bookcase?
Shimmy it.
You both bend down and get your hands around it, give it shoves, push it this way and that. One thing's for sure, this bookcase is secured to the wall quite tightly, and it will not move. As you look close, you can see that there's faint hinges on the back left panel of it, and you realize that this must be a hidden door of some sort.
Step back. I've seen this before. All you have to do is start taking books and dumping them on the floor. One of them will work, and I begin just dumping books on the floor.
While Esther is doing that, Florence, you turn back and notice the black folder on the table, exactly similar to the one you found downstairs, next to the skeleton sitting in the chair.
Yeah, I'm opening that up.
Okay. You pop it open. Well, actually, you don't pop it open. It's already open. The cord already undone. And as you open it up, you can see that there's just a single paper left inside. And it says a collection of investigations regarding ancient Ytharan god. A collection of investigations regarding the ancient Ytharan god known as the Lacuna and the rites surrounding it. And you can see it is attributed to Oscar Ermaza, and then
Okay.
it lists a number of academical credentials underneath that name. Professor Ermaza, specifically.
Lacuna.
But it seems to be the first page of a dissertation, and the rest of the documents are missing.
Okay.
Lila, help me dump these books.
No, I'm good. I have to go look over here. I wanted to, upon entering, I know I had my focus, but I do want to circle back briefly and just take a look at the tea bags and the teapot.
Sure.
Books
Yeah.
aren't gonna dump themselves.
Esther's, you've got this. You've got this. Just give me a sec.
Could you give me a crafts roll with difficulty of 1?
Yeah. Ah,
Ooh.
yikes. I'm so tired. All the murdering lately is really, I've lost my spark.
I think the ghost presence is unnerving you enough where you're not completely focusing, but maybe you can focus up with a bit of a, Oh, sorry, I always forget to do this. I should have given you a free boost for your Succeed with Style earlier, so let me actually make that right now, and you might be able to just invoke it. What should we call this?
Dumping this many books on the floor is surprisingly cathartic.
Sorry, I'll get there in a sec. That was a good idea. You're definitely going to get something for it. I'm just doing it one at a time.
It's a big bookshelf, lots of books. Keep going.
It's nice how heavy they are, the thump they make when they hit the ground.
Esther, do you see any loose paper between any books on your way? I mean, just keep an eye out.
Don't pull me into your nerd shit, Alagard.
I just think that this portfolio laid out here perfectly for us to look at is very suspicious.
Okay.
Lacuna.
Okay.
Do you know
okay.
this
Look,
god, Lacuna?
What?
Talking
I
Lacuna.
got- sh-
What do you got
Surely
that?
there's no such thing, or it's a cult, or I don't know. Maybe it's that freaky thing we saw in the lodge. Why?
Lacuna Decrepit? I don't know. I don't think so. An ancient god.
So, Lily,
Anyways.
there's your free invoke, Aware of Forgotten Presences. You can kick it off right now if you want to try a reroll on this crafts.
Where do I see that? Where is it on my screen? I can't find it.
You see on the actual map itself, right over the picture of the bookstore, it's next to your token. It says 1 free invoke.
Although I do personally prefer the invoke Aware of Forgotten Presidents.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's...
My
Only that
thing was
applied.
like so zoomed out. I had a feeling I was doing something wrong.
Millard Fillmore.
Yeah, I'll take my free invoke.
Robert Taft.
Chester Arthur.
Can I does that go for a +2 or a reroll or
Yeah, either one. Your choice.
either one? And what was the difficulty?
Difficulty 1.
Yeah, I'll do +2. That's good.
Okay. Yeah, you're checking out the teapot and the tea bags and the teacups. You're looking them over, sniffing the tea bags, checking the leaves in the teapot, and a cold sense of realization shoots down your spine.
Ugh.
The concoction is familiar, very familiar. First of all, it's poison, a paralytic, almost exactly similar to the stuff you mix together and use. But that's probably because it was your teacher who taught it to you. You can't be 100% sure, but you would bet good money on the fact that Ophelia was here, and she killed these people.
Well, are you sure you don't want to dump these books? There's only a few left.
Esther, you reach out and finally pull a book that you feel doesn't fly out of the bookshelf. It instead pulls back a bit and clicks.
Wow, I can't believe that actually worked.
There's a grinding noise as the door begins to swing open towards all of you. The smell that hits your noses as the door opens is suffocating. It smells sweet, musty, almost like a very sickly syrup. And it makes your eyes water as you peer into a dark room beyond. In the dim glim coming from the windows inside Oscar's apartment, you can see light filtered through these huge glass vats that are connected to piping and attached against the back wall of this secret hidden room. There are 5 of them present along the wall. One of them has had its... Each glass vat has like a lid that can be opened at the top of it. One of the lids has been opened. The other 4 vats contain what I can only describe as monstrosities. Large, centipede-like creatures suspended in viscous green fluid, hanging there. You can see flecks and bits floating off of the creatures. You would imagine they had died long ago. These fleshy bits drift up to the top of each of the vats, and you can see that most of them are decomposing, but whatever's inside the vats must have been good at preserving flesh. However, the vat that's opened has no such creature inside it. Instead, you see that creature curled up in a hammock made out of slime that it must have comprised and concocted together, hanging from the ceiling. It must be snoring because you hear some orifice intake breath and then a faint noise as it breathes out. The entirety of this room is covered in slime, and you can see that there is a large, well, I say large, well, it's pretty large, probably about a 3-foot wide hole near the back of the room that's been bored away. And we're just going to wait because Tony had to step out to do oh, no, you're good? Okay, all right.
Sorry. I was just making a stupid joke how I earlier said I made that sound by bringing down.
Okay,
I'm sorry, keep going.
That's a bad joke.
It's a good bit. It's a good bit.
I'm sorry, keep going.
It was a good thought.
There is also a sixth skeleton in here, directly underneath the creature hanging from the ceiling. And Esther, you feel the power of a relic pulsing from that skeleton. The bones themselves are a relic.
Can I tell from this distance the whole skeleton or some amount of the bones?
It would seem the entire thing is, but you feel like that whatever it is, it's so powerful that if you took any piece of the bones, it would still function. Interestingly enough, this isn't like a normal relic, right? Normally relics, you can feel like the tinge of life hanging on them, the anchors that the Verdantha could use to pull people back from the beyond. This relic is different. This relic has an extra power, which would be discovered with experimentation and meditation once obtained.
Child, kill that thing.
Oh my god.
I think we should shut the door.
What? No, absolutely not.
Do you want to?
I am reaching out my mind. I'm very focused on finding the ghost.
Yeah, you find it immediately. One of the suspended centipede-like creatures inside the fluid in one of the tubes has a ghost trapped inside of it, imprisoned in a decaying husk. It's screaming in terror and fear.
Who are you?
You're reaching out to try to talk to it through the ether. It's in too much distress to answer any questions. You'd have to free it from its flesh cage first.
Oh my god. I grabbed my knife to cut it down.
So that's inside one of the vats. The creature I described before is hanging from like a slime cocoon and snoring.
Oh my god.
Okay,
That's
there's
so
an order
gross.
of operations. I don't know why, but I guess you want to talk to that thing in there? Whatever, I don't care. Child, kill that thing up there. You go do whatever creepy shit you want to do, and I'll go do my creepy shit. Alagard, you stay back.
Should I shoot it?
That sounds lovely.
Yeah, I grabbed my crossbow. I'm fine with that.
Okay. Go ahead and roll shoot. This will be passive resistance since the creature's asleep, so you just need to hit a target. Let me look up what that is real quick.
I back way up, like out of the room, back up.
This is going to be a difficulty of 2. Nice. Lily, you sight the thing.
Can I help? Can we like try to amp it up, I guess is what I'm saying?
You could succeed with style for a free boost, if you wanted. So if you help with a fate point, you get +2. You get 2 shifts above, and then you can get a boost for whatever happens next.
I just feel like we should really try to kill the hell out of this thing immediately. Yeah. All right, never mind. Well, let's just see what happens.
Okay.
Forget it.
I'm okay with my small success. I'm okay with that.
You sight your
Great.
crossbow on the thing, aim carefully, fire. The bolt soars through the air and sticks into the creature's side in the slime cocoon. It embeds itself deep into its shiny carapace. Then you hear a human scream come from the thing as it goes, "Arr!" waking up in pain as it shakes itself free from the slime and hits the ground with a splat. You can see what it is now is a long black centipede the size of a large dog. It hits the ground and begins to uncoil itself, unwinding, until you see that the front part of the centipede, you know it's the front part of the centipede, has, instead of a bug part, a human face attached to the front. As you look closely now at all the other figures suspended in the vats, they're all the exact same thing. Its eyes flutter open, flecking off slime as it peers out of the room at you, the crossbow bolt sticking out of its side. Why? Why would you do this? It rises up
Lilith,
to a higher height.
why did you shoot this gentle person?
You told me to.
What?
It closes its mouth and rears back, inhales a bit of air, and then hucks this like slimy ball out of its mouth right towards you, Lilith. Go ahead and give me an athletics roll.
Jeez Louise.
Oh man, I blew it. You easily
Oh,
dodge
my
out of
God.
the way as this gout of slime flies out of the creature's mouth and slams into the wall. You jump back. It opens its human mouth and hisses at you, and then goes down low again and begins to turn itself to crawl up towards the hole in the upper part of the room. What do you folks want to do?
I mean, can't I do like poison crossbow? Isn't that a stunt I have?
Yeah, definitely.
So
Wait, sorry, just to be clear, though, you said that it's going towards a hole?
Yeah, there's a hole in the upper part of the room that's been dug away, and it's trying to get out. You're pretty sure it's trying to escape.
Oh. Hold. Lilith, hold. Live and let live, I guess.
wait, but he can talk. Shouldn't we get information?
And how are you going to get information by shooting it again?
In the leg.
Which one? There are hundreds.
Take your pick.
How about I run after it and try and grab it by the legs to push it?
You could do that. You could
onto
do that. You could make another shoot roll with a paralytic poison attached. If assuming it affects the creature, you could just let it get away. Yeah. Excuse me. Which one of those are you doing?
I look to Florence for guidance. What
She's
do you
not
want me
there.
to do?
I'm not in the room.
Oh God.
I personally really enjoyed your just grabbing it and trying to
Yeah.
yank it down approach.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that. Is that an athletics roll?
That is. It can be athletics or physique, whichever you prefer. I'll oppose.
All right.
It
Yeah,
should
I'm
actually
gonna
be physique,
roll.
but whatever. Okay.
Wait, is it athletics or physique?
You can pick.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna run. I run towards it. I'm gonna roll.
Contested. Wow.
Aha!
This thing can't roll. All right. You jump up, grab onto it, and yank it down. The thing's body's pretty large, so as you pull it down, it lands on top of you, and you like have your arms wrapped around its slimy body, and you can feel its legs wriggling in your grip. Let go! Let go! Please!
Just a moment of your time, sir. I don't.
Please! Please, I don't want to die. Please! I'll do anything.
Okay. I kind of roll. I try and roll my body on top of the creature and like pin it down.
Yeah, you roll over. Now it's upside down. It's back to the floor as you're like on top of it. You can feel its legs like scratching against your clothes as it moves. And it goes It kind of groans a bit in anguish and turns to see Ester in the doorway and sighs and says, "Fine, just don't kill me." You can see the crossbow bolt sticking out of its side.
Okay, listen, if you can just tell me a little bit about what's going on here, I have medicine. I can stitch you right up.
It looks unsure, but you've ceased killing it. So it says, "Let go of me."
Who are you?
Name's
What
Ernie.
are you? Arnie, how long have you been here?
Here in my current nest, 6.5, 7 years.
What?
Ever since the change, the repurposement, I was the lucky one out of the 6 of us.
Get in here now.
keep go. The speak clearly, thing.
Florence, do you
Hey.
come back?
Yeah, I'm definitely back in the room at this point.
Okay. Lily, have
Ernie.
you let Ernie go?
My grip has softened, but
Do
no, I'm
not
still on.
loosen your
No.
child. Do not loosen your grip.
My stance has softened, but I'm definitely I'm straddled.
You know, Marina once saying you sometimes you have to be soft to be strong.
What?
What about slimy? I'm in pure disgust.
Wait, you have to be soft to be slimy, or slimy to be soft or strong?
I don't know. Florence, what do you know what is this?
I think we should ask Ernie. Ernie, were you writing? When did you got here 7 years ago? Were you friends with the bookshop keeper?
Oh, Master Perekinassis was much more than a bookshop keeper. He was a genius.
Did you volunteer for this?
Oh, yes. We were his dedicated followers.
Followers of Lacuna?
His face rears back and the legs wriggle in delight as you say the thing's name.
I hate that.
it.
Our Lord Supreme, it says.
Our Lord Supreme.
Lily swallows a gag. Do you know Ophelia?
It hisses and spits a glob of spit onto the nearby floor. It says, Ernie says, if only I was not so terrified of that witch. I would have hunted her down and killed her long ago.
But she got to you first.
In a way, I am grateful to her. Our transformation required the abandonment of our current forms. She did make that easier, if not more immediate. But she hurt Master. And she did it before he could perfect the ritual. I'm certain he's in a lot of pain wherever he is. The ghost lets out another scream, Lily.
I think we could let Ernie be. Ernie, I have more questions for you, but would you stay?
As long as you promise to keep my presence a secret from Ophelia, then yes, I suppose.
No problem.
Okay, I grab some herbs out of my satchel. I'd like my crossbow back, and I'm assuming I can mend his wound just briefly. Is that
You can pull the crossbow out and dress the wound if you'd like. Yeah.
okay? I turn around and face the ghost. Is the ghost is hanging?
So you're mending Ernie's wounds first, right?
Okay. Yes.
Okay. So you pull the crossbow bolt out, and as you do so, you notice like broken glass bits of Ernie's carapace fall away from the bolt. But you notice that this creature's armor is so thick that the bolt didn't even penetrate to the inner organs. There's no need to patch it up. You pull it out, and you face the ghost. Ernie mumbles a "thank you" and crawls away and curls up into a tight into a tight spiral, his head rising slightly and watching what you're doing.
How do I access inside this vessel?
As you look up, you can see that there are two ways. There seems to be a release lever on the inside of the vessel, and there also seems to be a valve on the top you could unscrew.
God.
But you could do your work with the vessel closed if you wanted to. The spiritual realm, if you can see them, it's enough.
Yeah. I think
And you're not too far away.
I'm not interested in releasing it quite at this phase, so I'd like to, roll empathy.
To do what? What is your objective?
I want to know who this ghost is.
Okay. Yeah, reach out and sense things.
Yeah.
This shouldn't be too tough. It should be harder than normal, though. Let's make this an even roll of empathy 4 for you. Got it. Succeeded with style, too. Okay.
Wait, is that style?
Yeah.
Is it style 7?
Oh, you might be right. I forget. I think you're right, actually.
Sorry.
No, it's
Not
cool.
sorry.
Keep
Yeah.
keep
What
me
the
honest.
What are you doing?
What are you buying?
What are you selling? Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
3
yeah.
shifts
Can I
over.
get an Ernie? What are you selling?
Yeah. What are you selling?
Ooh.
I'd like to play my virgin card. Sorry.
Good job. No. Yeah, you're right. That is 7. 3 shifts over. So no succeed with style. You reach out. You can sense the mind of a great academic.
Wait, can I use a stunt to No, I can't. I keep forgetting how stunts work.
Stunts are basically special things your character has that let them use their abilities in ways different from every other character. So every character
Right.
could have empathy, but only you can use empathy to talk to ghosts.
I want to. Can I? I want to invoke my aspect. Oh wait, I can't invoke my high concept.
You can.
I can.
Yeah.
Oh,
High concepts are
Well,
aspects. High concepts and
I mean,
troubles are both aspects.
I want to succeed with style
Okay.
here.
How so?
So I'm gonna invoke my high concept. I'm an angsty teen who talks to ghosts.
Cool. This is what you do. You're used to it. Yeah. So +2, that'll succeed with style. I'll go ahead and give you a boost with an invoke here.
It's a fate point, right?
It does cost a fate point. Yes.
Okay.
Let's see. Okay. We'll give you knowledge of Oscar's true nature. By the way, anybody can use these. I just put them next to the character that created them for bookkeeping.
Gotcha.
So you reach out. You can feel contained within this centipede-like body the mind of a great academic. Whatever ghost inhabits this thing was a genius in his days. You get the sense of an anthropologist, somebody who enjoys digging through ancient civilizations and trying to figure out their habits and practices. You sense frustration. You sense death with a suffocating effect. Their lungs simply stopped working, and then they were transferred. You don't know exactly how, but somehow this ghost, after death, has possessed this body. More than that, because you succeeded with style, you become aware that the creature in here the ghost inside this creature focused their whole lives on finding a way to overcome death. That was their striving point. That was their raison d'etre, their reason for living. And it seems that they almost succeeded, though not quite in the way they wanted.
And his name's Oscar.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oscar Ramaz.
Do you know the name Florence?
I do know the name. That's the name on the dissertation on the table, or at least the cover page of the dissertation.
You also remember in the information you looked up about who checked out certain books, Oscar Perekinassis was the last name on the list to check out some of the books, or the collaborating name on the list to check out some of the same books about the Dyscrasia. Yeah. And you knew Perekinassis was a fake name because it's a portmanteau.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want me to ask him anything, Florence? I haven't quite reached out yet, but he obviously was up to important work.
Something. I want to know, what was it that would have worked, but they didn't quite manage to do?
Ah! Ernie pipes up. You're interested in the rites, then, yes?
Yes, what is the rites?
There are 5. This one in particular was the rite of repurpose. The ability to transfer one spirit from a vessel to another vessel. But Master, in his grand wisdom, couldn't quite decipher the process exactly from his notes. Notes he took during his expeditions. So, we took chances. There were 6 of us. We tried 6 different ways of performing the ritual. I got lucky.
That's lucky.
Oh, yes. This body doesn't decay. It doesn't age. I'm resistant to physical strikes. He glances down at the hole caused by the crossbow bolt. And I need less food to sustain myself. In terms of survivability, this is the luckiest one could get.
And what happened to Oscar? How did he die?
Well, he transferred his spirit, but not completely. Whatever spark makes the bodies move when a spirit inhabits them, he didn't get that. So he's
a half ghost.
Apparently. I don't know what happened to the others.
Are you gonna try and release it? The ghost?
I suppose so. I climb to the top of, or I reach over. I suppose I'm tall enough.
Yeah, you'd probably have to
Unscrew it.
stretch, but you could stretch up and grab the valve.
Yeah, I'd like to unscrew the top and see if he'll squeeze out.
It gives us. Sorry, I'm making noises. Just stop. It gives us. It gives a squeaking noise as you turn it, and you see a hiss of air rise out of the container as the top part of the glass containment opens. The body inside doesn't move. It's rotting away. But closer now, you can definitely hear Oscar's screams from within the thing's shell.
Hello?
Yeah, if you're reaching out, you could try. You reach out, try to ask what's going on, and all you hear are like these furious screams back, interlaced by discrete moments of silence. You're not sure. The Oscar must be in constant torment, so you're not sure if releasing him would solve this. The ghost might have gone quite mad, being trapped in this body for so long. It might be all right. Maybe it depends on how well you would exercise it, if you wish to.
I want to kill the body.
Okay.
It's already dead, right?
Yeah, it's dead. It's rotting.
But the ghost is still trapped inside.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I want to burn the body.
That would require help from your companions, because you'd need somebody to help you lift it out of the tank, and it's quite large, and then you'd need to find sufficient flammable materials to burn it.
Inside a bookstore.
Maybe not. Maybe fire's not a good idea. Okay. I just feel so bad for him, and I just want to help him.
You can just try to exercise. You can do that with ghosts. You can try to force them out of bodies they're in.
Okay. I mean, sure. Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay. It'll be difficult, and you have to touch them to do it. But you can reach your hand into the slurry to do it.
I need a shower. Bad.
But this is some like grade A protagonist shit. You see a slimy vat, stick your hand in it.
I'm about to.
This is gonna be tough. So give me an empathy roll with a difficulty of 6.
Oh, you can totally do this.
Yeah. Can I use my free invoke?
Totally can. That makes sense.
Okay.
You know the ghost's true nature. You know how to nudge it out carefully.
Yeah. Let's go.
Okay. Getting the hang of it. All right. So you use your free invoke. you gently touch the rotting centipede-like corpse, you feel the presence of the ghost be soothed, and then you push gently, and it doesn't take very long for a bluish-like liquid to come pouring out of the centipede's face through its mouth and nostrils. It just disappears out of the face and floats up out of the vat into a ghostly blue-like cloud hovering just above everything. The form slowly comes into focus, like if you're looking through a telescope and you turn the dial to see a sharper image, and eventually a vision of a man wearing what looks to be rather simple black robes, the robes of a scholar with a brown cord tied around them, with a square-like jaw and face, comes into focus and peers down at all of you. Ernie tilts his head back a bit and then cricks his neck in the best way he can to bow. And he says, "Master, I can see you once more." Remember, I'll just remind everybody that Lily's the only one who can hear ghosts. Oscar turns to look at you, Lily, and nods a single nod of appreciation, and then says, "Hubris. That's what contained me for these past 6.5 years. I used to be so afraid of this state." He looks down at his ghostly hands. "But after experiencing what life could be, I now no longer fear it. I thank you for setting me free." You see the ghost. You see the ghost start to drift up, and he says, "Ask your questions quickly. I do not have much time."
We share a common enemy, Ophelia.
Rage passes across Oscar's face. "Yes, she came here seeking the secrets for traveling to the realm of death. I told her I had certain translations which may get her closer, but I knew not the secret in full. I presented her with my dissertation. She took it for herself, and the last thing I remember is turning around demanding that she give it back before I slumped over in my chair and my eyes closed forever. I had thought if my previous attempt at the ritual had worked, I would be able to take my revenge. But it appears it's far too late for that now."
What is the weakness? What is the missing piece?
Of what? The right?
Your ritual.
I don't know. He glances around at the vats and at his own and at Ernie's, and he sees Ernie there, and he says, "That creature, my student, may be able to help you out. Maybe it knows where I went wrong. It might not. But the details elude me now. It all feels so pointless."
What other question should I ask?
Lacuna.
Yeah. Who is Lacuna?
Yeah, Lacuna, who is she? Who are they?
The god I served in life. A being hidden from the current modern-day knowledge. I found her scriptures, her explanations, scrawled out on stone tablets within ancient Yutharan ruins. I pieced them together, brought them back into the light of modern society, and I was blackballed from academia because of it. They laughed me out of the campus. Enraged, I created the edifice of what you see before you, hoping to prove them wrong. But as I grew closer to Lacuna, I began to realize that it was not my contemporaries I should be trying to outsmart. It was death herself. He sighs, the weight of a lifetime rolling off of his shoulders. I almost had it. But then again, glances over at Ernie. Maybe Lacuna's gifts come with poison, much like Ophelia's. Lacuna, Lacuna, he says. That was the translated name I gave to the god. It may be called other things by other people, but it seemed fitting for a deity that assumed itself in the same conjunction with the void between life and death. A great expanse. I can feel the forces of Chandler pulling me away. Be safe. I can only hope that Ophelia will not find you. He drifts up, past the ceiling, floating away.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa. Okay. Wow. I'm like taking notes over here, actually, and as Florence.
Ernie.
Professor,
Oh, go ahead.
Professor, stop writing things for just a moment and give me a hand here.
Okay.
And then I pass several metacarpal bones to you.
As you're actually going over to mess with the bones, Ernie crawls over and gets in front of you and goes, "Ah! My bones, not yours."
Oh, these are yours. Did I think they were Oscar?
It begins to coil its way around the bones.
Uh-huh. Sure. What was it again, Ernie? Listen, I just need one, so you can keep the whole thing. Just a phalange, maybe, or a scaphoid. Any will do.
No, something is not complete if it is not whole. They are my relic. I will not give up my one chance at resurrection, should that time ever come.
Ah. So you're aware of what it is.
I became aware. Whispers in the city streets, hints of a lottery, the risen Verdanthe. The cosmology of the world has changed.
Well, Ernie, you may not be aware of exactly what I do and what I'm capable of, but simply by touching the bone, and I reach my hand out and almost touch a bone, simply by touching it, I can render you forever dead. So, a femur will do.
So, all right, let's do a provoke roll here.
Oy.
Ernie doesn't have any way to defend, so I'm just gonna roll fate dice.
Hello.
Oh my gosh,
Wow.
crushed it.
Oh
Holy-
no, Ernie, no. No, not Ernie.
We need
That's
to.
incredible.
We need to. That's amazing.
That's
I'm
like
going to get.
freestyles.
Yeah,
no.
yeah. I'm gonna give Ernie a new aspect because of this. Hold on.
Wow.
Poor Ernie. He's ugly, but his heart is pure.
I don't think that's true.
So we're gonna give Ester, well, the whole group, the commanding tone for you invoke boost, and then I'm gonna add a new aspect to Ernie's sheet. That says. Terrified of the fancy person. There we go. That's not a good name. What's a better name I can put? Cowed into submission. There we go. Character.
Man, I highly recommend playing a fucked up awful person. It's great.
Ernie retracts, and you see in this moment, Esther, that this is what this creature is truly afraid of. Actual death in any capacity. The fact that you threaten the relic, for a moment, the logic would dictate that Ernie would then fight harder to keep it from you, but the threat itself is implicit, and the creature realizes in this moment that it's powerless. Regrettably, it slowly uncoils itself from the bones and says, You'll promise you won't take it away then, the power?
No, of course not. Listen, I just want a finger to remember you by.
It turns its centipede-like head and looks down at the splayed-out bones of its phalanges and reaches down its mouth to pick up a discarded pinky bone and leans its neck forward to drop it into your palm. There. Esther, as soon as this pinky bone hits your palm, you feel the power of the relic flow out from it. You know indeed that this is Ernie's relic. It's attached to him. But more than that, there's something special about this. The nature of how Ernie transposed himself, how he became what he is now, has left the relic in a vacuum-like state. It's a relic for Ernie, sure. It can also absorb the spirit of another, should you choose.
Pretty dope.
Nice doing business with you, Ernie. And I turn around and walk out.
Ernie lifts his head slightly as you start to leave, and he says, "That's it? You'll leave me alone now, yes?"
We'll leave you alone unless we have more questions. You might come back.
Close the bookshelf on your way out. Can't let anybody know I'm here.
Okay.
And bring some rats with you next time.
Some rats?
Yes.
Oh,
I'll do my best.
Alive or dead. It matters not.
Okay. Florence finds this extremely funny and it's picks up the one-page dissertation of Oscar's and grabs it with the portfolio of bugs and tools from downstairs before leaving.
Okay, sounds good. Let me double check. Yeah, all right. You all head out back to the front part of the bookstore?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You close the door behind you. Are you relocking it so it appears as if nobody's been in?
I think we gotta.
yes.
Okay. You can turn the door closed on your way out. All right. What's next?
Wow.
I'm gonna take a shower. A lot of slime on me.
Do you have slime visibly up your arm?
Well, it's all over my body.
Yeah.
I mean, I wrestled a slug.
Yeah. Yeah, you're covered in this stuff.
So I'm
Lilith, you'll go use the public baths for that one. Do not step in the shop like that.
Dang it, I'm trying to show off this art. I like the art a lot, but I can't get it to drag over.
Come on, Art.
Whoa, wait. Do you see what I'm doing?
Yeah, you can
Are you
rotate your
just-
tokens if you want.
Oh.
Yeah,
You
but
have
I'm
to,
just trying to zoom out again.
It's so funny. Every group who plays a game online using this program or another one like it always discovers that, and they're always like, "Oh, we can spin!"
It's just the slowest spin.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
I mean, I'll say this. I think Esther's just gonna go back to the shop and obsess over this distal phalange.
Sure. Yeah. That's good. Anybody else have anything they want to get done?
Are you sure I can't just shower at home, Esther?
No, you're disgusting. Did you see what you did? Gross. Go shower in the public works. I'll see you at
Florence
dinner.
leans into Lilith and is just just ignore them. Just go shower. Of course you should. They won't know. They're going to their studio.
But we live at the studio.
Yeah, above it.
Oh, perfect. Well, both of you are sneaky, so I'm sure nobody will notice anything, she says out loud. I think I don't know what I want Florence to be doing after this. I'm like, what? I guess she could go home, but that's boring.
So you're all kind of waiting for the next Verdanthe to be ready to go for Anna to get that to you. She should be set up to send you out in the next day or so.
Yeah.
So you have
I
like
guess
a
I could
bit of downtime. Go ahead.
research more about Lacuna. I mean, I guess just talking to our slug friend would have been the best. But yeah, I don't actually know what to do here. Maybe I'll follow Esther. Can I see your studio? I want to see your studio.
Professor, I don't know what it is about our relationship that makes you think I want a
I'm gonna come
dog.
to your studio. I think it'll be really fun. Do you want a dog? We could go get one too.
Oh, do not test me, Alagard.
And like, I just want to research my notes. And can I keep my notes at your studio?
I'm already have one mutt who's staying with me. I don't need two.
Florence is gonna follow them regardless.
This is the worst.
I've already ran ahead to jump in the shower before Esther
Yeah.
could stop me.
Oh.
So Esther, tell me what this studio looks like as we're coming up on this next scene. How is it designed? Where is it look? What does it look like from the street, from the inside, all that stuff?
So from the street, you are able to see a large storefront that has been converted into a studio in a somewhat awkward fashion. There are two large windows that bulge outwards a little bit. They're almost like nooks that are just a lot of old glass that has been shittily cleaned and scrubbed. And looking through that glass, it looks nice enough on the inside. And you go inside and you see that it, from the outside, anything that you can see looks nice. Anything that is outside of that line of sight is kind of dusty. There are like various like figures and like wooden mannequins like in various states of disrepair and like a lot of cobwebs. There are multiple large tables with unclear tools.
Cool. Unclear tools, like tools you're not quite sure what they do.
Esther probably knows what they do, but it's hard to discern if you're just some rando off the street who doesn't know art what they do. There are also a series of walls, much like in a gallery, just these sort of standalone walls that are in the middle of the room at various weird angles, almost as if stuff was meant to like be partitioned off, and there are little stands with nothing on them, and various things to that effect.
Cool.
And then there's a staircase in the back that goes up towards the apartments. And Lilith, can you describe the apartments a little bit?
I think she said be right back.
Oh no.
You might have to re-describe that in a second.
Oh no.
I was trying to let my fellow players have agency in this space.
I could hear. I
Okay.
could
Oh,
hear.
good.
I can
I just-
almost hear her voice and what she would say. It's almost like she's here with us.
There's something about pickles.
So we're
And virginity.
you described the studio, and now you want me to describe the apartment,
Yeah. What are the apartments
and it's
upstairs
upstairs
like?
above the studio.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this is the ceiling is low, and it's an exposed wood beam. It's that style. It's slanted. I can't think of how to describe that eloquently.
Like an A-frame or like
It is an A-frame.
Okay.
Yeah. Yep. So Esther is taller than me, only slightly, and their head just brushes that tallest point. So in most areas, you have to be hunched over unless you're standing in the absolute center of the attic.
I like that.
Everything is aged. The dust definitely carries up into the attic. There's a small window with a desk, which of course Esther uses, but Lily does not. That would be unacceptable. There's a mattress on the floor. for Esther. There's a clothes rack, so Esther can hang the said beautiful garments, I'm sure. And that's kind of like the whole front area. So you do have a nice little window for some like minimal sunlight, but for the most part it's drab, undecorated, but the clothes are kind of a standout. With multiple like chests, because obviously you're a hoarder, so the hoarding probably reaches all corners. So chests and shelves so that you have places to put your crap. On the other side of the stairwell is where I hang out, and it's the floorboards are kind of molded. It's a little bit of a damp corner back there, unfortunately, but I have a small mattress. It's thin and worn, but it'll do. And I get my own little chest to keep things in.
I like that a lot. Can we say that there is a almost frightening amount of clothing? And
multiple clothes racks.
Most of it is surprisingly nice and expensive.
And I suppose a curtain to also like block your view from me. So like you get a whole nice big area, but I have a little curtain and I can go sleep back there.
Hello.
Cool. That's great. Okay, one more question. Is the studio publicly listed as a place where like people could find Ester, like Paleheart Studio, something along those lines? Or is it a private residence?
It's absolutely listed.
Okay. In that case, as you're all coming back, it's getting closer to evening now. You're returning from your expedition into the bookshop. You can see that standing outside the front door is Lind.
So good to see you, Lind.
Lily, you run by into the studio, making a beeline for the baths.
Please ignore that gross, damp thing that ran past you.
Unless you don't want to, but I'm guessing that's your action. Sorry. Yeah.
I absolutely ignore Lind and run to the shower.
Okay. Lind goes, whoa, oh, in a hurry there. Hello, yes. I saw that you were listed in the registry. Thought I'd pop on by, see some of the pieces. He rubbed his hands together eagerly in a symbol known among merchants as a strong desire for capital.
But of course, Lind. Follow me. And I lead him into the studio.
He nods as he passes over the threshold and says, Florence?
Hi.
Ignore her.
I walk inside and immediately sneeze.
Lind, what are you looking for? Something new and hip? Something evocative of the tens? An older piece, perhaps? Would you like an early Paleheart?
Lind's looking around. You notice what he's doing is really just sizing up the variety of your material. He's scratching his beard. What sort of sculpture might Lind see in the studio?
There are quite a few sculptures that are clearly they're a little abstract, so they're not quite. It's like you wouldn't look at them immediately and be like, "That's a human," but if you kind of look at them for long enough, and if you know Ester even a little bit, you start to realize a lot of them are just naked renditions of themselves. And that's what most of the studio is right now. I'm working on a series.
Oh yes, I can see. It seems very personal.
Yes, I just figure I might as well make something of high value, something that the people want.
I keep picturing. I'm gonna post it in the Discord. I keep picturing. This might not be right, but hold on a sec.
like ethically right, or it might not be.
No. Just I keep
Don't
picturing.
post it.
I keep
Yes.
picturing this sort of stuff, but like
Co-
out
co-
of like knickknacks and bits of
my
wire and things like that.
Codex, how did you get naked pictures of me? Oh, wait. Oh God. Oh yeah. It's absolutely weird shit like that, but like in 3 dimensions, of course.
Sick.
Oh my god.
Wow.
I hate it.
Chat, just search up fruit bowl face. You'll see what I'm seeing. So Lynn looks around. He like puts his hands behind his back. He starts to analyze these sculptures with an eye you've seen many people wear before, which is the eye of a critic. He like looks them over and says, "Well, the form isn't too bad, and I can see that there was a lot of attention given to detail."
Mm.
Peers over them.
I do love it when people nag me.
Florence has made her way quite far across the studio, and you can hear her just like sneezing again. She's like, "What's this one about?"
Oh, that one's a series I did on my left armpit.
It smells bad.
I wanted it to be evocative.
Lynn scratches his beard again and says, These remind me of something. I mean, they are evocative. I can see it. Very impressive, Esther. There's like there's a certain style. What am I thinking of? It's like another sculpture artist. Oh, go ahead.
Yes. It's almost as if you must be wrong, because I'm sure you're wrong, because it's original and it's not related at all.
Lynn closes his mouth and he says, yes, I very much so. Completely original. Have you ever sold any of your works?
I'll have you know, I sell almost all of my works, except the ones I keep for my own private collection.
Oh, really? How much do you usually get for them?
Is that... I'm sorry, Lynn, from one small business owner to another, is that how... Do I just tell you exactly how much money I make? Like, what are you asking here?
Well, I'm just curious what the going market rate is for your creations. That's all. Just trying to get a sense of the sort of capital an investor could expect. He wiggles his eyebrows suggestively at you.
Well, I mean, it's a question of how many thousands.
Okay, why don't we... I'm guessing. You tell me if I'm wrong, but I think this is a deceive roll, right?
It's a deceive roll on anything that Ester doesn't use a relic for.
Okay, sweet.
But it's true on anything Ester does use a relic for.
Oh, okay, interesting. Okay.
And you spend it all on clothes.
Correct.
Could have got me a bedroom.
Absolutely not.
Okay, let's call it a deceive against passive resistance then. So I'm going to say beat a deceive with a difficulty of 1.
Okie dokie. Oh shit, oops, just the first one.
Yeah, the first one will do. Yeah, I mean, both of those work. All right. Lynn's eyebrows shoot up and he says, Really? Really? Well, in that case, I think I'd be happy to invest in your welfare. Yes? And I don't want to be rude, but some of these creations could look excellent in the window of a perfume shop, yes? Give people a sense of style when they walk in. Think about the sort of fragrances they'll be putting on themselves.
I like the sound of that, Lynn. Oh, sorry, what was that?
I said, yeah, buy the armpit one.
Are you shouting this from the shower?
I'm shouting from the shower.
Which, by the way, what exactly is the shower?
I don't know.
Could you describe what it is in the apartment?
Is the bath? I assume the bathroom's on the main level.
Yeah.
So it's open to public use, but not hardly used in that way.
Sort of a public studio bathroom.
Yeah, I think it's reasonable to say that the bath is private. But it's not rich enough to sustain running water. So what it probably consists of is like a water pump and then a bucket with a drain, so you can like pour it over yourself.
Hell yeah.
So if you wanted to take a hot shower, like you heat up a kettle of water beforehand and, put that into the bucket and then pour it.
Lind, I think this is the start of a beautiful relationship.
I quite agree. I need to move some funds around, but I can get you a significant infusion of cash for the future. Let's make your name known among the streets of Chandler. I'll start talking to my connections.
I like the sound of this. What's the catch?
No catch. I just want a 15% stake in the business.
5%.
I think the work I'll be doing for you in the upper echelons of society is worth a bit more than that. 12%.
And I think without me, you're just some sad perfume owner who we had to rescue from certain death. 7%.
All right. Let's call this a provoke roll versus Lynn's best skill, which is his empathy, I think. No. Yeah.
Ooh.
Wow, I can't roll today. Killing it. Crushing it. Fine. 7%.
It's wonderful doing business with you, dear.
He grumbles. I'm going to clear your mental stress, Lily, because you're no longer in that scene. And...
I did get 2 successes with styles there, by the way. I'm not sure how applicable they'll be to the future, but
yeah, I'm giving you an aspect at the moment. I wish I could, because that seems like it should be a deeper aspect, but we're just going to say, actually, yeah, we're going to make this a situational aspect that will stick around for a while, and we'll say it's Lind is convinced Ester's a good investment. You get 2 free invokes of that.
Ooh.
We could create 2 separate aspects, but I think this is just cleaner.
It's fine. It's a Saturday.
It's Saturday. All right. Cool. Linda nods and says, "Well, I'll move a few funds around. And we'll get you some infusions and of cash, and I'll be back with showing. I think I heard about a recent event on the outsides of town near the town of Miraz. Yes. He pauses for a moment as he suddenly realizes something, and he says, "That is watched over by another Verdanthi, though, and he will definitely be in attendance." He looks back at all 3 of you, or the 2 of you, and says,
I'm on my way.
Oh, what? Say it again.
I'm walking out. I've got kind of an old gross towel around my hair.
Gotcha. Lynn says, I'll leave that to you. Better left to your discretion.
No.
All the more reason.
Lind, I appreciate you inviting me. Yes, of course I'll accompany you.
Great. Let me make the arrangements. And he hurries out of the studio before you convince him to be any more involved in that plan. Lily, you've come out of the shower, a dirty towel wrapped around your hair, and you get back to the studio floor as you hear that, and Lind leaves. Why does this keep happening?
Well, if you still smell.
You were born smelling.
Yes, that's correct.
I think this is a perfect opportunity for us to just take down our next target. What do you guys think?
It's a great idea if that's what Anna has to assign us with.
I mean, what are the chances? Linda's just carrying us into the line of fire. I mean, hello. Screw business opportunity.
Listen, I like cash more than I care for the danger that might come with this, so I'm sure it'll be fine.
Yeah, why not both?
Sorry, what was that timely, well thought out statement you were about to make, Professor?
she's been like kind of like writing notes in her notebook some more throughout this whole thing, kind of like leaning her elbow on her cane while she's doing this. And she's like, "Do you think the lacuna is the same as the dysgraphia, or if they're separate beings?" They said there was like 5 rights, and she's just been like ruminating on this entire time while also trying to like not get crushed by a sculpture.
If I had to guess, I would think that the lacuna is. Well, maybe I'd best keep that to myself.
Yeah. So what are we doing next? You're all at the studio, hanging out.
Hanging out.
What's the next move, Esther?
Me?
Yeah. Do you want to do anything with his pinky finger bone, or anything with anything else, or?
Yeah, I guess I'll go gaze at my distal orb.
Ponder the phalange. All right. Is it phalange the finger bone? It is, right?
Yeah, specifically it's the distal phalange is what I took.
That's right. That's right. Okay. Sure, you can meditate on it.
I'm going to be in my room. Don't bother me.
Go ahead and give me a crafts roll with a difficulty of 1.
Okay.
Nice, got it.
Well,
So you knew from
but hold on. Because I am an obsessed artist who finds success in death. So I'm going to use a fate point
Okay, sounds good.
to add +2.
Cool. So succeed with style there. I'll give you a boost. Let's see. What should this be called?
Licked the phalange.
I don't, no. Vision of possibilities.
It's almost creepily open-ended.
Vision of. Yeah, I need to make it more specific. Relic possibilities. Let's make it even more specific. Why am I hiding things? I'm being cagey for no reason. All right. There we go.
Why am I being a GM? Why would I do that?
Vision of relic weapon possibilities. So, as you're studying the finger bone and analyzing it, you realize that this relic, because of its special properties, might be able to be made into something far more useful than just a single-use finger bone that could absorb a spirit. In fact, if you were to craft it into the hilt of a weapon, say a crossbow or a sword or something similar, maybe even a wand, if you attuned it correctly and did the correct carvings, you might be able to make multiple uses of the relic, and it could give you special abilities. In fact, realizing this, you're wondering if the other relics you took from Catherine have any particular abilities of their own. Although crafting those things would be rather difficult, and it would involve something known as a contest in Fate, which is not just one roll, it's a couple of different rolls to see if they're possible.
I sort of storm downstairs to the professor, and I say, "Give me that." And I go to just yank your cane from you.
What?
I'll give it right back.
Absolutely not.
Well, then come with me upstairs.
You're inviting me upstairs? I don't want to go
Don't.
see your bedroom.
No, don't make this weird, Professor.
You're making it weird. Why do you want my cane?
Just come with me. And I march upstairs.
Okay.
Florence, you are dragged, sort of, upstairs into Esther's bedroom, full of not discarded, clothes everywhere.
Is that my robe? How did you get that?
Don't. Here, just sit here on the floor and give me that cane.
All right. I hand it over.
And I unsheath it.
The sword slides out of the oiled sheath cleanly, a satisfying shing as it comes out.
Okay, so maybe if I just kind of like rub it? Maybe I'll just rub it.
Don't cut yourself.
You go to do that, and you're realizing that this will require more than just rubbing it. This is a night of work. This is modifications necessary. You're going to have to take the cane apart partially and attach the finger bone in some way.
Oh, Professor, this is possibly the worst thing I've ever said, will ever say, and I hate myself for this coming out of my mouth.
Uh-huh.
Will you sleep in my bed tonight?
What?
Just, I don't, just,
How could anyone sleep here? Do you see this bed of yours? It's like, do you ever wash the sheets? Ugh.
well then have at it. I'll talk to you tomorrow morning. Don't bother me.
Florence is so baffled by those requests that she agrees to it.
Savoir-faire runs the day. As you're having this discussion, dusk transitions into night. The lights of Chandla start to twinkle on, small orbs of yellow in the various windows around the city.
I'd like to do something during this time.
Sure.
There's like a back door, and there's like a little front stoop, and I've kind of turned the back stoop into like a small garden.
Okay.
I like that so much.
And I just hang out back there a lot, just for like some privacy, because it's a private kind of alleyway. But there's enough like soil that I can make something really small out of it, and that's where I can kind of re-up on my herbs as necessary. So I have like my standard collection. So I just like tinker back there, and I do look at my like poison sludges,
Mm-hmm.
and just look over them. If there's anything that I could notice, I will. Otherwise, I just want you guys to be aware that I have an herb garden in the back, or herb garden.
Yeah.
Can
This is
can
actually
it please?
this is actually great. Give me a crafts roll with the difficulty of 2.
Okay.
Now that you have more opportunities to test these substances. Oh my gosh. Okay.
Hot diggity dog! Magic happens in the back stoop garden.
Yeah.
Why don't we roll this well when we're fighting like a scary woman and her lion?
We're not supposed to fight.
Fate
That's why.
core.
It's a sign.
You're allowed to barter art deals and
Uh-huh.
go to libraries in this game.
Role playing, the ultimate in fantasy.
Let's see.
Okay, while you're figuring that out, can we say that the little herb garden in the back, like, is maybe there's a tiny overhang so you barely aren't rained on.
Right.
And
It's,
in my
it's
mind,
not.
in my mind, it's very smelly, but maybe the herbs are surprisingly beautiful, like despite the horrible city smell.
Oh, there's absolute sewage and trash like within a foot away from where I am.
Ooh, maybe Esther dumps the shit like out the back window near the herbs.
Which I use as compost.
Amazing.
And then after Esther saw you doing that, they stopped throwing the shit out back there.
What if I had a side hustle and it was magic mushrooms?
Yeah, can we roleplay that?
Totally. We can
Role
start an illicit
play
magic
drug
mushroom
deal.
business.
Cool.
Okay. I'm going to give Lily intense focus as the boost from her succeeding with style here, and I'm also going to give you something else. So, as you're experimenting with these various chemicals you retrieved from the apartment, you realize that the first one is indeed a cleaning fluid, common like you thought. The other two, like I mentioned, are a bug attractor, so they attract insects when applied, and the other one is indeed a poison. It's a contact poison, so it needs to be smeared or touch a creature's skin to have any effect, and it applies a localized necrosis to the flesh in that case. So it causes the flesh where it's applied to die and wither away. However, in your experiments, you realize that if you combine the bug attractor and the odd poison grease, they actually take on an entirely new quality altogether. And that is, instead of causing necrosis and draining away life, they actually act as a clotter and a scab creator for skin. In other words, they're medicinal in their application. I'm going to give you 2 uses of this because you succeeded with style, so go ahead and write this down. You don't know what this stuff's called, but as you're mixing it together, you can get 2 uses, and you know you can use it to remove a consequence of up to 2 shifts for free outside of combat, or heal up to 3 levels of physical stress during a conflict if you take an action to apply it.
Wow.
Okay, let me write this.
Here, I will paste that in the chat so you don't have to just copy it from my voice.
Also,
and then you can
may
copy
I
this.
say that Bug Attractor is one of my favorite like anime fight moves.
It's super weird with me when I'm describing stuff because like you'll notice I have like a vague idea of what words mean, and I'll use that to great effect, and then sometimes I'll just say a word in place of where another word should be.
And
hope
I
people
wouldn't have it
understand.
any other way.
Yeah.
Please continue.
Fabulous.
So you can just copy and paste from the chat into your character sheet. Yeah, it's
Oh, you want me to put it in my character sheet?
yeah. Put it so on your sheet as you look at it. As you open up your sheet and you go to the second
Oh
page.
my God, there's a 3rd page.
Yeah, there's also a 3rd page. You can take notes there, but if you go to the second page, you can see a place for extras. I added in a merchant's purse there, which is what you got from helping out Geth last time. So don't forget you can call on that aspect. You can go ahead and add 2 uses of this medicinal sludge.
Oh God, what? Okay, there we go.
And then hit the edit button by it to pop it open and write stuff. You don't have to worry about filling in all the boxes. Just make notes for yourself.
Wow, I've been sitting on this far too long. Did I do it okay? That's fine. It's not great. It's fine.
Yeah, here. Let me put this in the notes.
Also, my cats are taking over my desk. Like they are so okay with me being busy right now. Like I can't even see the screen. There, okay. Like I am working with so little right now. And you guys have no idea.
So there you go. I hope I spelled medicinal right. There you go.
Fabulous. Thank you.
2 uses. Yeah. There we go.
Yeah, Pippin's in a violent mood today. I don't know why.
That's safe. That's weird.
Sounds fun being a cat in a violent mood.
Okay. So, yeah. So while you're figuring that out, Lily and Esther, you and Florence are wrestling with the cane up at the top floor. Where's that progressed to, by the way, Esther? You asked Florence to stay in your bed tonight. Like, does anything else happen, or?
Yeah, what is
Florence has started cleaning things because she's a neat freak and can't stand any of this dust, and there's no way she's gonna be able to sleep if it's this dirty in here. So she's been like starting to clean, and maybe she goes out to Lily and like grabs the cleaning agent that's left over. It's just like scrubbing things.
Yeah, I follow you up and I see Esther like preparing the bed.
No, Esther's doing sword stuff.
Yeah, I think you like grab a rag with some of the cleaning fluid and you start like wiping down some of the windows and stuff like that. You like pull a coat off of a pile of clothes and like there's like 5 spiders that just go everywhere.
More monitoring the entire time.
Stop cleaning my abode.
And I ignore you, and I continue to clean. I probably clean the entire night at this rate, and eventually pass out on the now pristine bed.
You begin to set about cleaning. Lily, you're still at the back trying to combining these two ingredients together into the sludge. When everybody hears a loud bang, 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 bang on the door of the studio. Lily, could you give me a notice roll, please? Difficulty 1.
Can I please hear that stat every single time you roll?
It was because I was confused about what page I was on because I forgot again that there were pages.
No, listen, Wendy. I'm not too worried about the origin of it. I just know that I really is what I'm saying.
You have a now loading noise.
Yes.
I have one too. It's weird though. It's like I do that.
Yeah, I feel like if anything, I stole Florence's. Well, Steph's.
So Lily, you look up as you hear this bang from the front part of the studio, and as you look up, you're in the alley. So you look down either side of the alley, and you can see that there are two human-like figures dressed in rags making their way down the alley towards the little tiny garden you have out the back here, and they're moving quite quickly towards you, coming from either end of the alley.
Okay, well, I'm shuffling in immediately. I put my hood up and I close the door quietly. Is there a window at the door?
Not if you don't want there to be.
I want there. Yeah, I want to be able to see. I want to be able to peek ever so slightly.
Okay, you shut the door. You're peeking out through the window as you see these two heading your way. Florence and Esther, you hear and Lily, you hear this too. You hear the bang, bang, bang again come from the front door of the studio.
There's people in the back.
Oh.
Customers at this hour.
You now hear a bang coming from the back door of the studio. And Lily, as you go back from the stairs where you whisper that up to them and then peer out the back window again, you see the faces of two men, pale-faced with kind of slack jaws and dirty blonde and brown hair, just staring through the window at you, eyes open, unblinking.
This is entirely unnatural. Esther, you got this. I shuffle up the stairs and kind of peer.
Yes.
I'm a fugitive. I'm not going to be a part of this.
One of them raises up a hand and starts banging on the back door again. The banging on the front gets louder and louder. You think they're going to break the door down.
Yes. I'll handle this by... Alagard, you've got this. And I hand you your sword cane back.
Thank you. And then I go down the stairs and I look at the door and I'm like, what do you want?
The front door or the back door?
Front door.
There's a single man standing there, pale eyes, staring at you. You say, what do you want? It puts a hand up against the window of the front door and then moves it down and jiggles the doorknob, still staring at you through the window the entire time.
Do I recognize anything?
You hear it say muffled. Open door.
I feel like I don't open the door. What do you want again?
Open door. It bangs harder against the door. It gets quite loud now. The bangs from both sides are unceasing.
Oh, this is going to disturb the HOA. Just...
Do I recognize them at all?
No.
Or what they are?
You've never seen them before. They look like people.
Like people.
Just let that thing in and...
They look like dock workers, to be more specific.
Oh, sorry. Just let him in and hurt him. And send him on his way if he does anything.
All right. I unlock the front door.
You unlock the front door and open it. The thing, the human looks at you, blinks as you open the door, stops banging, and then grins and lunges right for you. Give me an athletics roll.
Cool.
I'm too old for this.
Oh no.
I'm too old for this.
Well, I got a 3. You got any fate points to spend?
I sure do. I am too old for this,
Okay.
and I'm going to. Oops. I'm going to reroll.
Cool. Beat a 3.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
God.
don't think there's any way I'm gonna beat a 3 here.
You can do it. You can do it. Especially when you got your good friend Esther to help you.
Okay, well that's better than -3, but not great.
Okay. So
I
wait,
think I,
sorry. Oh, go ahead.
I think I might need to take this hit.
Okay. You dodge backward, try to bring your sword cane up in time. It's out of its sheath. You're trying to like get up to defend yourself, and the human is just too fast. It reaches forward. This man's face grabs onto you. You can see the freckles of his face. You can see his red hair, and only when he gets close do you smell the rot and decay coming off of him. He opens up his mouth, and a swarm of flies shoots out of it at you, covering you in a torrent of bugs.
Gross.
A bug today.
I need you to take a 4-shift hit to your physical, please.
Oh my god.
Oh my God.
Cool. So I only have 3.
Yeah, so you're gonna need to probably take a mild consequence for this.
Cool. Great. I'm never trusting Esther ever again.
Mild consequence, full of bugs. Mild consequence doesn't trust Esther anymore.
I think it can be disturbed is a good one. Whenever you get a consequence like this, and this is true of enemies and PCs, they get a free invoke against you for it.
Okay.
So that's an aspect just like anything else that people can tag. So these flies like pass by your face. You hear a furious buzzing. Somehow you feel like your skin burning as this thing expels these upon you, and then it reaches forward to grab you, and we're going to go into a conflict. So everybody give me your notice. Give me your notice totals. So Florence has 1.
Yeah.
Esther and Lily, what do you
I
have?
have
1.
2.
2. Okay. All right. So Esther, it's your turn first. You hear the crash as the doors flung open from below. You could probably hear Florence yell in surprise and the buzzing of flies from below. The banging from the back door doesn't stop.
Okay. In my mind, I was kind of like behind Esther.
Oh,
Or, I'm sorry, behind Florence. Like
Oh, you were?
nearby.
okay.
Oh.
I thought you were still upstairs and you were like, go
So
check
did
that
I?
out. Okay, that's fine. No, that's fine. So you can be like down near the base of the stairs. So you see this happen to Florence as this creature busts through. The doors like to your studio is hanging wide open.
Oh. And I just tackled the thing. Ugh. Gross.
Sounds good. Give me a physique roll, please. I'll pose with athletics. Okay. Yeah, you tackle the thing to the ground. You tackle it to the ground. It coughs, and you see another gout of flies fly out from its nose and mouth. But you have it pinned.
Yeah. I guess when I think of tackle, I guess my thought is to like shoulder check it to the ground, and then try to stomp on it.
Oh yeah, that's fine. We can call that a damaging hit. Cool. So you like shoulder check it to the ground, you slam into it, it falls backward, and you just bring your foot up and stomp. Where do you stomp it?
Just on the chest.
Okay, you bring your foot down and you hit bone, and then you cave the chest inward.
Oh.
My God.
There's a squelching noise like an eggshell cracking. The creature wriggles for a moment and then stops moving. You pull your foot out and shake off a couple of centipedes coming out of its body.
Okay, first off, gross.
The
Second
banging-
of all, was that a succeed with style?
0, 1, 2, 3. It was, yes. But you destroyed the thing, so it doesn't apply here. In conflicts, those work a little differently.
I understand.
The banging continues from the back door. Lily, you're up. So you're like right outside the back door. You can see these two things, but you can see these two humans banging on the door as well.
I rush over to Florence to make sure she's okay.
She's a little worse for wear. You can see that her skin is red and has some splotches and blisters on it, almost as if she got chemically burned.
Ugh. Esther, you get the door. I'll shoot them in the face.
And I make that sound the entire way as I go to the door.
Okay.
This sucks.
Lily, what are you doing?
I'm crossbowing this bish.
So two of them are by the back door, but the back door is closed. So you'd have to open it to get a clear shot unless you're going to shoot through the glass.
So the idea is that I'm going to open the door.
Esther's going to open the door and then I'm going to shoot.
I'm sorry. I thought you meant Esther was going to get the front door. I understand. Okay, that's fine. Cool. So Esther throws the door open. These two begin to lunge inside and take your shot. I'll roll athletics for one of them.
And I want to use my stunt because I know I have like poison crossbows, so I would like that.
What poison is on your crossbow?
It's gonna be the one that'll paralyze because death isn't necessarily the goal. At least get some information if possible.
Sure, sounds good.
Okay, yeah, I'll roll shoot.
Yep, here's my roll. Ooh, I rolled good. You got to beat a 4. And you tied. Okay. So you'll just barely miss, and you'll get a boost for that anybody can use, unless you want to kick that up with a fate point.
Yeah, I do. I do what it takes. I'm a fighter survivor.
Okay. How specifically narratively does that manifest here?
Or I could use my my intense focus.
Oh yeah, you could use your free intense focus. That's perfect.
I'm gonna do that because I mean business. So I already had a viewpoint through the window anyway. I was able to line up my shot prior to the door opening.
I love it. The bolt sails through the air, enters one of the creature's skulls, and flies out the back. The thing falls over as a swarm of flies leaves from the wound, and it crashes to the ground. Florence, you're up. The other one begins to charge forward through the door.
Okay, I pick up one of the moderately heavy... so sorry, Esther, but not sorry. Sculptures, and I throw it at the thing.
Okay.
No, that's an original!
Give me athletics or physique, and I'll oppose.
Okay. This might be okay. The best part about Florence is that she's all ideas and not action.
Might be all right. Yeah, you just made it.
Amazing.
You. What does it look like when you do this?
And specifically, what does the sculpture look like?
The sculpture is probably like, it's an arm giving you like look at my biceps. So I pick up the arm and I try to hit the head of the person creature.
Yeah, you like swing it around and throw it forward, and it goes through the air like a boomerang, and then like clocks the thing with the fist. It knocks the creature's head clean off. It flies off of his body and slams against the wall with a splat. The creature's body shivers for a moment and then it falls over to the ground. The one creature that Lily shot with a paralytic crossbow bolt, it has a hole in its head. It's on the ground, though, and it seems to be, like, rigid. It can't move. But you can see that there's still light in its eyes, and you can still hear buzzing and scratching coming from inside it. The others have definitely stopped moving, although there are, like, faint drags of bugs crawling their way out of their corpses.
Ugh, not again. Oh.
Like if we tried to ask the thing questions, would it talk?
I don't know.
Or is it just
you gotta try.
Completely paralyzed?
Yeah, go ahead.
This has Degracia written all over it, and I kind of stomp over to the paralyzed one with my cane, and I'm like, this itches. I'm like, who sent you?
The creature's eyes turn to look at you. It apparently can still move its eyeballs. And then something cracks its jaw open, just like a... You hear it moving through the paralyzing agent of the crossbow. And then a voice exhales from its lungs. And it says, "You know my name."
And then I kick the head out the back door into the sewage.
Okay. It flies out.
Great.
And shut the door.
Not more bodies to dispose of.
Esther, I think you've got your next big idea. This could be a whole series.
Yes.
Your muscles destroyed so many bug people.
Uh-huh.
How does that make you feel, Esther?
It makes me feel like there's a bunch of bugs all over my shop and 3 corpses, one without a head.
I feel like we're talking about this as we're dragging corpses out of the studio.
Yeah, definitely. And like knocking the bugs off that come out of the holes and stuff.
Uh-huh.
No, this way. The neighbor that way is so nosy.
I would love to imagine that there is a neighbor who's like Ali is connected to Esther's, who has looked out the back and seen Esther dragging a body out before and does it now, and just like eyebrows like go up and go, "Huh," and then just turns around and doesn't say anything, and like will never say anything.
Wise choice, Janet.
Oh, you know her?
Her daughter comes to class sometimes.
Janet Cobblepot has lived on this street for 35 years.
Oh, the rich lore of this world.
Okay, so obviously someone's onto you, Esther. Or me.
Or all of us.
What do we do?
What we do is sleep in shifts tonight.
Yep.
Ugh.
That was super gross. Thanks, James.
I'm sorry. It makes sense. I
It makes so
promise.
much sense. I
We-
hate it.
When we were reading through like the different prompts, I don't remember.
I don't remember
talking
this.
Bugs.
Hey, look, there's life, death, and what's in between.
What are you
Bugs,
doing?
apparently.
I mean, I think actually Florence can start to put this together just a bit. You're starting to realize that like if Lacuna represents the gulf between life and death, then that has to include every stage a body goes through, including decay.
Yep. That's the in-between. It's super visceral.
Yeah.
Ugh.
As you're all dragging these bodies out and preparing to sleep in shifts, I think we'll call it there for a session.
That's good. That was fun.
Cool.
Gross.
Yeah, I hope I'm not...
But I like it.
Okay, good. Yeah, I hope I'm not grossing anybody out too much, but
I like it too.
sweet.
Ugh, I was recently accused, and correctly so, of being able to dish but not being able to take it when it comes to horror RPGs.
The truth.
The thing is like you guys can kill these things, right? So like it's not meant to be totally horrifying, but it is gross. Yeah.
If you can kill it, is it scary?
Yeah, exactly. A good reasoning.
That's
Is
my
my
arachnophobia therapist.
is my sword cane different now that Esther's done something to it that I
Uh,
need to write down?
No. Esther needs to still go through the process. There's like a game to be done with that, a game piece to be done where they'll need
Right.
to make separate rolls to actually craft that weapon.
Excellent.
But that can be something you can do next time as you journey to take out the next Verdanthe.
Amazing.
Yeah. All right. If that's it, I'm going to take us out. Thank you guys so much for playing with me. That was great.
It was good.
Yeah.
We did it.
We did it.
We survived.
Yeah. Thanks, chatters, for hanging out. Whoever's ever watching this VOD, thank you. I hope you're enjoying it. And see y'all next time. Our next session for this game is going to be on the 16th of September at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. So we'll see you then.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.